A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about an important topic of land information system, that is National Land Record Modernization Program. In short, it is called as NLRMP. Okay, this program is initiated by the government of India to digitalize all the land parcels, to digitalize all the land data sets of the India. So it is very important to see how it is working and what are the components of National Land Record Modernization Program. Okay, so before starting the topic, I would like to start with the objective of this program. Okay, so the basic objective of this program is to develop a modern, comprehensive, and transparent land record management system in the country, especially in India, with the aim to implement the conclusive land titling system with the title guarantee. Okay, the land parcels, each and every land parcels in the India is now scattered. We don't have much information. We don't have accurate information about the all land all the land related information. So this program is used to develop a land record management system so that each and every land parcel, each and every land in the India will be digitalized. And now after that, each land parcel will have the clear cut owner, who is the owner and who is the land title. Okay, so the major objective is to develop a recent or advanced land record modernization system that will have entire information about the land parcel or land record. The existing information, whatever the information or whatever the land management system we are having right now, they are having several issues. As we know that the same information is handled by multiple agencies, so there is a lack of coordination. Okay, some agencies having different objectives, some agencies having different objective, and the same work is done by multiple agencies, so there is a lack of coordination, and there is a disconnect between the registration office, the land record data, and the cadastral data. Registrar office is having some information, then other department is having some information, so there is no coordination, there is no connection between different organizations or different offices working in the field of land record management. There is no uniformity of the standards. Different organizations are using different types of data sets. Okay, and in that case the data sets cannot be overlapped with each other. There are different standards that is followed to specify the same characteristics of the land. All of the existing data sets are out of dated, old. Okay, it is incomplete and inaccurate. Okay, because it was not based on the accurate mapping of the land record. It is very old, outdated. It is not very much accurate, because and it is not available in the form of digital maps. Okay, and surveying using traditional methods are very costly. Means when we are going to survey the land using field manual survey, if we are going to do manual survey using some traditional methods, using some ground based surveying, so it's very costly and time consuming. So, and there is a possibility of error also. Okay, so these are the issues, and one of the important issues that the gap between the land of records and the registration, there is a gap, there is a disconnection between the registration and the record of the rights. There is mutation and subdivision and the registration. So the land record is available, but it is scattered with multiple organizations. It is scattered between different agencies, and they are no having connection with each other. There is a lack of coordination, and most of the data sets, most of the land records are old and outdated, and they are having some inaccuracies. The land data sets are not very much accurate. So these are the issues. To overcome these issues or to solve the problems related to these kind of errors and old data sets, we are now using advanced land record management system that is known as National Land Record Modernization Program. Okay, so the through this program, that is National Land Record Modernization Program, it is formed by merging the computerization of the land records. So the entire process of this NLRMP scheme is basically the computerization of the land records, or the digitalization of each and every land records, so that each and every land parcel will be in the digital format. So the computerization of land record, it is known as CLR, and it is based on the strengthening of revenue administration and updating of the land record, but it contains new components like registration and the titling system. So the computerization of the registration, computerization of the land records, surveying and updating the databases, development of new GIS technology, new GIS capacity building, and automatic flow of the data from SRO and land record to initiate the mutation. So these are some basic components of National Land Record Modernization Program, and it is started to digitalize. It is started to computerize each and every land record, each and every land parcel into the digital format. Okay, so this is the process of this land record modernization program. We are having some registration details. The registration details will be integrated with the land records, and when this registration details will be integrated with the land record, it will have the cadastral map that will be having entire information about the land record. So whatever the information we are having, like suppose we are having the land related information in the form of some hard copy or paper, and we are having some registration details, means who is the current owner of that land, who is the what is the price of that land, and what is the location of that land. Each and every information will be combined in the form of cadastral map. So this National Land Record Modernization Program is basically the conversion of hard paper map, conversion of the hard paper information into the digital information, and it will contain each and every information about the land parcel. That will have the size of the land, owner of the land, okay, the past transactions and the connecting roads, the land use, surrounding area. Each and every information will be contained in that cadastral map. So basically, in National Land Record Modernization Program, we try to update our database. We try to create new cadastral maps based on some advanced technologies like remote sensing, GIS, and GPS. Okay, so this is the way in which this scheme works. So this is based on different data sources, collecting from different sources. Whatever the data we are having from the registrar office, then we are having some data set from the land record office. Okay, after getting each and every information from different organizations, each and every information from different sources, we will try to map all the land records, that, and this process is known as cadastral mapping. So we have already discussed that what is cadastral mapping and what are the requirements for cadastral mapping. Cadastral mapping, the ultimate goal of National Land Record Modernization Program is to prepare updated and accurate cadastral maps, so that each and every land parcel will have the accurate information, and it is having the entire information, and so that the data set which is not updated, we can easily update that database using some advanced surveying techniques, like we can use the GPS data sets, we can use total station data sets, we can also conduct some advanced field surveying using some advanced instruments, and we can also have the facility to use the high resolution satellite images, so we can have the detailed information about each and every land parcel. So the entire process is now can be published, can be moved to the internet. So that is known as web GIS. Whatever the maps we are preparing, whatever the cadastral maps we are making, so each and every information can be published over the internet, that through the web GIS technology. So multiple users can access your cadastral map as per their requirement. So this is the advantage of the modernization of land records. Modernization means basically we are digitalizing the land records, so that it will be converted from the hard paper map to the soft copies or digital maps, and it can be shared over the internet, and each and every user can access that data set, and they can use it for their own purpose. Okay, these are some underlying principles during the updation of these land records. The modernization of the land records, or the, you can say, the digitalization of the land records, is based on these principles: the mirror principle, the curtain principle, or we can have the single integral window to handle land records and the title incidents. So mirror principle is now we will see how this land record modernization program, it is a kind of implementation of land titling system. Land title means who is the owner of that land, and what is the cost of that land, and land title can also be used to provide you the guarantee, legal guarantee. If you are having the land title of a land, so you will have the legal owner, you will have the legal right over that land. So the land title means you can say the legal owner of a land parcel. So this program, this is NLRMP, is the implementation of the land titling system. The basic principle for this process, that is land titling, is mirror, curtain, and the insurance. Now we will see one by one what is mirror principle, what is curtain principle, and what is insurance. Okay, so the mirror principle refers to the fact that cadastral records mirror the ground reality. Whatever the maps we are having, it should be matched with the ground data sets. This is known as mirror principle. It's just a fact. It's just a, you can say the mirror means the same thing, whatever we can observe on the ground, that same thing will be mapped on the digital map, mapped on the cadastral map. So whatever the cadastral map we are having, whatever the data sets, whatever the cadastral records we are having, it should be matched with the ground reality. That is known as mirror principle. It means it should be same. It should be dicto same, so that it is known as mirror principle. Whatever the land parcel is seen on the ground, and whatever the land parcel can be visualized using the satellite images, both should be the same, and that principle is known as mirror principle. Okay, and you can say it's like, you can say it can be like the validation of your cadastral records with the ground data sets. Okay, curtain principle indicates that the record of each and every title is true depiction of the ownership status. Mutation is automatic flowing the registration, and the reference to the past record is not necessary. Curtain principle means it indicates that the who is the real owner, or who is the who are having the legal right over that land parcel, who is the owner of that land, who is having the legal owner of that land, and who is the, you can say the, who are having the right to sell or purchase that land parcel. Okay, so this is the curtain principle. Curtain principle simply tells us the record of each and every land parcel, whether it is related to a person, and if it is related to a person, so whether that person is having the legal right to that land, he is the real owner of that land or not, he has the right to sell or purchase that land or not. The entire information can be considered as the curtain principle. And title insurance, like title insurance is a kind of legal guarantee. Okay, if you are having the title insurance, it means you are having the legal guarantee for that land. You are having the legal guarantee to be the owner of that land, and you can sell or purchase that land, and you can hold that land also, and as per your requirement you can also sell that land. If you are not having the legal title, if you are not having the legal, if you are not the legal owner of that land parcel, so you cannot sell that land. So this is known as title insurance. Title insurance ensures the ownership of a land parcel by some individual. So this is the three principles: mirror principle, curtain principle, and title insurance. Each and every steps of these three, mirror and curtain and title insurance, provides you the legal ownership of a land parcel, and it will provide you the guarantee also. Legal guarantee. Here we are talking about legal guarantee. Legal guarantee means no one can no one can claim over your land. No one can claim over your land parcel, because you are having the legal title. You are having the legal right over that land parcel. Okay. So this government of India has started this scheme that is known as National Land Record Modernization Program. It started in 2008, and these are the salient features. These are important properties of this program. The land records will be updated through surveying, because most of the current data sets are very old and not updated. So for getting the updated data, for getting the updated information about the land parcel, we need to conduct surveying using some modern technologies, like we can use global positioning system, aerial photography, and we can also use high resolution satellite images for getting the updated information about each and every land parcel. Okay, the land records will be kept updated at all time. If we are using the satellite images, and we know that satellite images are available at a temporal scale, so we can continuously update our database, and we can have different survey maps and registration offices with each other. The citizens will gain access to his or own land records as updated. So when we prepare land record management system, so the owner of that land parcel, or you can say the every citizen of that area, will have the access to see the record of that land parcel. This will facilitate the checking of the land record by the public or citizen and enable the citizen to get the loans and credit faster. Okay, and at the moment of 2 3 offices deal with the land record, but right now after this only one office will be responsible for managing the land records. Right now we are having some agriculture department, we are having some registrar office, we are having different pwd offices, we are having different municipal corporations. So entire land records are distributed or scattered in among multiple organizations. But if we are having the comprehensive program, that is National Land Record Modernization Program, so entire information will be stored over a single platform. So a single organization, a single office will handle all this information. Okay, the registration will give information on wave of property value, the legacy data. It will also provide you the past transactions. If you have purchased it from some person, so you will have the information that who was the past owner of that land parcel. And it will have the computerized mutation to reduce the time taken. Okay, all the process is computerized, so it will reduce your time. And the ultimate goal of this program is to provide the legal guarantee for your land that will be updated all continuously, and it will prevent the litigations and the frauds. Okay, most of the litigations or cases, disputed lands are there, most of the lands are disputed. That is because of the not having the clear cut ownership of the land parcel. There is no clear owner of the land parcel, so there is a disputed land, there is a lot of litigations. So if we are having the accurate details, and we are having the name, we are having the information about the legal owner of that land parcel, so it will reduce the cases, it will reduce the you can say the disputed cases, litigations, and frauds on the land deals as far as possible by providing the clear titles of that land. So the output of this program is having the title guarantee. Then you will have the updated information every time, and it will also prevent, or it will reduce the cases. It will reduce the problem of the litigations due to the disputed lands, and frauds can also be stopped on land deals. No one can sell you, or no one can purchase illegal land if all the information is under the National Land Record Modernization Program. Benefits are that this is very modern technology. This information is based on modern techniques. It will minimize the scope of land disputes. It will enhance the transparency, and it will facilitate moving towards the guaranteed conclusive title. Means you will get the guarantee, like you will have the legal guarantee of the to get the ownership of that land. So and it is mostly applicable for the immovable property. Immovable property means land parcels. Land are considered as the immovable properties. So you will have the legal guarantee of that land parcel of any kind of immovable property. So this is the approach through which the National Land Record Modernization Program works. We will having some land records that will be having some data set coming from the registrar office, then land record data set, then we will have different cadastral data sets from different sources. So basically it is the, you can say that it is the integration of the data sources coming from various organizations, various departments, and it will be stored on a single platform, on a single database, which is known as National Land Record Modernization Program. Okay. So the program logistics, it should be completed by 12th of the plan. The impact, it will affect 950 million rural population. It will account for 2.2 million square kilometer land, and the estimated cost of this program is around 5,656 crore. And out of this, central government contributes around 3,098 crore, and state governments contribute to 2,558 crores. So the entire program cost around 5,656 crore. To this cost will be used for updating the database and for converting the old paper maps into the digital maps, and also you will get the legal guarantee of that land parcel. So the implementation of this program is now started. Different state governments, different union territories, they are started implementing the program with some of the financial and technical support from the Department of Land Resources, Government of India. And that most of the districts of different states will be taken as the unit of implementation, where all activities under the program will be coverage. And the initial funding for this program will be provided to the states, union territories, based on their plan and the annual plan. However, there is a continuous funding will be conditional upon the states and UTs signing the memorandum of understanding with Department of Land Resources. So most of the state governments, they are started working on this scheme. They are started implementing the National Land Record Modernization Program. They started to digitalize each and every land parcel from different districts in their state. Okay. So the primary and secondary ladder approach under this scheme is: primary ladder is for conclusive title. The secondary approach which is used in this program is for archiving the purpose and the strengthening the revenue administration. Okay, so this is the primary ladder approach. It will include these activities: registration, then integration of the registration data with land data set. There is automatic mutation. Mutation means updation of the pending cases. Most of the land records are not updated in the database. So mutation helps us to update the pending databases, pending lands, pending land records, and now they will be converted into the computerized database. It will also help to integrate the text data set with the spatial data set, and we need to conduct different surveying approach, surveying practices that will include the ground control network and ground truthing. Training and strengthening is required because it requires the trained manpower, trained skill person. So their training is also there, and we are now this approach is strengthening the technical skill of the organizations. It is working on the linking up with the development process. There is a legal changes and the conclusive title. Okay, so the same way, there are another scheme there. In the same way, there are different approaches who are under the primary approach used for the land record modernization program. Secondary approach or secondary ladder means, you can say, it's a kind of approach. Secondary ladder means secondary approach, you can say. Under secondary approach, secondary step, we will have computerization of the existing land records, then scanning of the existing maps. Most of the maps are in the hard copy map, paper maps. So scanning of the existing survey maps are also required. Then there is a computerization process, computerization of the legal mutation data, and then you have to store all these data sets into the record room, or you can say into the digital format. So the scope of this program is basically, the scope of program is to computerize the all land records and try to conduct more surveying, resurveying for updating the data sets. Then we will have modern record rooms that will have the land record management centers at the tahsil level, taluka level, block level. Also, training and capacity building is a part of this program, because this scheme requires skilled person or trained persons. So training is also required for capacity building. Now most of the organizations are working geographical information system for this activity. Then there may be some legal changes in the program management. So one by one, I will describe the steps involved in the land record modernization program. First step is the computerization of the land records. It will include all the data entry, the conversion of the data from one format to another format, then digitalization or digitization of cadastral maps. Digitization of cadastral maps means we are now converting the data set over the paper map into the point line polygon features, that is a vector data format. Then it is also important to integrate the textural data set with the spatial data set. State level data center is required to establish, and there may be the interconnectivity among the different offices. Surveying is an important part of the cadastral mapping. Surveying provides us the updated information about the land. So, pure or important ground surveying methods like total station survey, global positioning systems, these two advanced surveying methods can be used for updating the database based on some ground surveying. Then we can also use aerial photography and high resolution satellite images from the Iconos, QuickBird. It can also be used with the ground data set collected by the GPS surveying for updating our database. So these are some advancement in the surveying and resurveying methods. And now satellite images are available. High resolution satellite images are available up to 50 centimeter below 1 meter. So you will get the detailed information about the each and every land parcel. Computerization of the registration. So this process will be conducted in the registrar office. Registrar office is a you can say government office in each and every district. They handle each and every registration of the land parcels. So data entry of the valuation details, data entry will be done in the registrar office. There will be the scanning and the preservance of the old documents and connectivity to the SROs with the revenue offices. Okay, modern record rooms, modern record rooms at the center level like tahsil, taluka, circle, block. So whatever the land data set we are having, it should be up to the level of tahsil, it should be up to the level of taluka, circle and block level. Training and capacity building is very important, as we have already discussed that more skilled person is required, technical experts are required for this program. So training workshops are continuously conducting by the government to capacity building, to prepare trained experts, that it will strengthening the surveying and revenue training institutes, and they will have more trained and skilled persons. So this program will be completed on time with good accuracy. Core GIS, as we know that the village index based maps for satellite images for creating the core GIS methods. GIS is very much useful for integrating multiple layers at a single platform. We can have the spatial data set from different sources. We are having different layers. So each and every layer, like it will be road layer or soil map, or you can say the water resource map, forest map, vegetation map, agricultural map. Entire layers, each and every layer can be integrated through the GIS technology. Okay, and it can also helpful for performing different kinds of spatial analysis. Spatial analysis and spatial modeling can also be done using GIS technology. Legal changes for this, there is an amendment to the Registration Act 1908. Okay, this was very old act, Registration Act, but there was amendment. This act is amended. There is a you can say these acts are improved by having some new laws that will be known as legal changes. And now the Transfer of the Property Act 1982, it is also amended. Some new rules and policies are included in the act of property of Transfer of Property Act, and model law for the conclusive titling is now introduced by the government of India. Program management and monitoring. So there is a core technical advisory group in the Department of Land Resources. The government of India, they have established a team. The team will be the responsible for monitoring the progress of this work. That will have the program management unit at the central level and state levels, and entire information will be communicated, will be monitored by the core technical team that will be responsible for managing and monitoring the progress of this program. Okay, so this is the figure. This is a figure showing different work and the sanctioned amount for that work. Font size is very small here. You cannot. It is not visible, I think, to you. So this table is the tentative unit cost. Means it is showing the cost of each and every activities in this program, like how much cost for digitalization, how much cost for surveying, how much cost for data entry, how much cost for the different connectivity on scanning, and how much cost for the training and other workshops. So this is the tentative funding required for each and every activities of that program. Okay, so this is the, you can say, this is the integration of multiple layers. Okay, as GIS is very much useful for integrating different thematic layers, so this figure is showing how we can have multiple layers, that like we are having network layer, we are having some natural features, we are having some man-made features, then we are having base map, and entire layers, different layers with different information. Either it is having, you can say, the soil type, it will have some level map, it will have some block level map, it will have some agricultural land. Each and every information, each and every thematic layer will be integrated using GIS technology with respect to the global reference system that is known as WGS84. Okay, so it is very well known to you how GIS is working. So this is the entire scheme of National Land Record Modernization Program, and this is the entire structure, how it is working, and how much type of data sets are required for developing this modernization program of the digitalization of land records. Okay, so it will have some surveying data sets, it will have some GPS data sets, it will have some cadastral maps, then the name of the owner, the size of the parcel. Okay, then what is the cost of that land parcel, how many witnesses during the transaction, during the sale or purchase of that land parcel. Each and every information will be stored in this program, and that will be combinedly known as National Land Record Modernization Program, NLRMP. Okay, so this is the sample of land modernization program. Okay, you can see here that different land parcels are shown with different numbers, and when you click on a specific land parcel, then it will show you the entire details about that land parcel in the form of a table, in the form of a document. It will have the name of the owner, size of the land parcel, the year of the sale or year of the purchase, legal owner, who is the legal owner of that land parcel, who was the past owner of that land parcel. So each and every information will be displayed by clicking any of the land parcel on the map. You can see here, this is the portal of the government of Maharashtra, and this portal will be the digital data sets of each and every land parcel of the state. And it is not completed till now, but it is working, it is under progress. And so this is how it looks like when you will click on any of the land parcel, and you will get the entire information about that land parcel in the form of some document. Okay. This is another example how it looks like. So this is the parcel map, this is a land parcel, and when you click on that land parcel, you will have the information about the this parcel number, the area, the owner number, the owner name, what is the tax rate of this, and what is the size. Each and every information will be displayed by clicking on that land parcel. So this is the entire mechanism. Whatever the data sets we are having, whatever the digital land records we are developing, it will be stored over the website through the WebGIS technology. This is known as land record data center. Means it will collect information from multiple sources, It will collect information from different agencies, different organizations working on this project, and entire information will be integrated, will be stored over a single platform that you call it as a database management system. And then it will be accessed by the public, it will be accessed by the citizen or owner of that land parcel to get the detailed or exact information about that parcel, land parcel. So this is the entire structure of this land record data center, and each and every data source are connected through the internet or web GIS. This is the status of the program. So the Sikkim have completed this scheme, completed in all districts and subdivisions except in Chotang and subdivision consisting of one circle of the 6 block. Means the Sikkim state completed this work, this task, and there are only one pending work of a district, that is Chungtang, subdivision consisting of one circle of the 6 block, and Gangtok station circle consisting of the 8 blocks. So this is the status of the computerization of this program scheme. SLRC features, it is complete the replacement of the manual record through the notification. It will having the manual record of the rights parcha that are not accepted anywhere in the state. It is not just computerization of the records, but computerization of the process as work flows from one desk to another through the computerized land LAN, that is local area network. Okay, so this is the features of this scheme. Database is maintained at the mutation center. Mutation center means where the database is updating continuously, that will integrate multiple records, multiple land records, that will have fully secured as these protected by the password and the biometric devices. There is a provision of preventing the unauthorized access. Each and every land record are fully secured by the password. There is a consistency of the records as system generated holding number and plot number. It will have the plot number of each and every land. Then tracking of the application is easy, that is given the system generated unique serial number. System generated public notices are issued, resulting in the considerable saving in the time. Okay, so the system generated the note sheet for 3 level in all root cases, resulting in saving in the time. This also supports the writing the notes memo which are stored. These are some features of this scheme. Okay, so I am not going in detail. The standardization of the case, caste, surname. Also, it is important to see this data set is also having the information about the caste, surname, the type of land, the class of land through the codified system. Then there will be the checklist in the system for documents which is required for the particular service, and there is a supervisory officer then can register new users, deregister the old users, and that will allocate the work among them, and all these changes are recorded in the system. So this is the way in which it will, this is the status of the Sikkim state. It is done except 8 subdivisions of the district. No data flow from the subdivision to the district and to headquarter. There is a need to upgrade the software in web-based environment. There is a requirement of foolproof data recovery system, replacement of the old hardware requirement, resurveying is required in some cases, and there is technical organization and strengthening of the manpower. This is the proposed data center network in the Sikkim. It is started from the district data center, then it will have the data sources from different organizations, different agencies, and entire information will be stored at the headquarter of this land record modernization program, that will have each and every information from different agencies and different organizations of that state. Okay, so this is the status of the Sikkim, how they are working on this work, this project. They are having some steering committee. They are having some technical advisory committee who continuously monitors the progress of this work. Then there is a data center, and there is a service access to the citizens. And there are modern record rooms where the each and every land records are stored, and the digitalization of the existing cadastral maps and the integration with the software. and scanning and archiving of 1952 records have been done till now. Most of the states are also working on that, but only Sikkim has completed almost all the work except except for one district. Okay, so this is expected to be completed by 2024, and most of the states, most of the union territories, they are completed almost 60 to 70% work of this scheme, and they are continuously working on this, and hopefully it will be done very soon. And after that, each and every information about a land parcel will be available online, so anyone can access the information about each and every land parcel in the India. So thank you very much for today's class, and it's about the National Land Record Modernization Program. Now we will discuss the next topic in the next lecture. Thank you very much.